Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, this is going to be a rant, and it's it's mainly because uh, I don't understand people. I don't understand stuff. I don't understand why people have to be. Some people have to be. They take out their anger on just random people on the internet. Here's what happened. I watched a video of this guy. Um, he he's a nice guy. He opens up and tests and tastes, old uh, expired food and stuff like that. And he's got a problem with sugar, because he had some diet root beer and stuff like that up here. He has a problem with sugar, and he was commenting, people were telling him, oh, get the sugar type and stuff, and he says, no, I have a problem. It sugar, messes me up and everything else. And I left a comment on his video saying, if you want to try a different sweetener, try uh, stevia or whatever they call it, or monk fruit. Neither one of those raise your insulin level, and they're close. They're close to sugar. They'll give you some kind of sweetness. And two people replied to my comment. The first one was, no one asked you. Man, I wasn't talking to the world. I was trying to talk to the content creator, and help him out. If other people find it helpful, fine. But if what is someone's purpose in life? What is their thinking? To sit there and take an innocent remark and to just try to weaponize it, to sit there and say, no one asked you, shut up. Man, I tell you what, if I met a person like that in real life, they wouldn't say that to me. I don't care who they are. I don't care how big they are or whatever. They wouldn't say that to my face. I'd definitely make them remember that day, because that's just rude. And it should have consequences. Now, these people are anonymous. I could respond back, but I'm not. Another one left a comment, which was something like, stevia is nasty and monk fruit is bitter. What do you want about? Like, God, well, at least that guy's at least addressing the issue he's got there. That he doesn't like. I'm not a big fan of artificial sweeteners or anything, but this guy was drinking aspartame. That stuff had been found to cause cancer, and it's been taken off the market. But it was an artificial sweetener back then, and I've never liked diet sodas, man. It just always left this odd, weird taste. It's not sweet. It's just like, God, that was my thing with it. And my mom used to have it. She would have diet sodas and stuff. So you had to watch out whenever you're getting in the refrigerator. Make sure you didn't pick up a Diet Coke or a Diet something. I don't drink sodas anymore, but still, that I shouldn't be triggered. I sit there and I tell myself, if you make this was just a comment on another person's video. I mean, it wasn't even on my own channel or anything. But why why do you think people are that way? Do you think it's the anonymous portion of it where they can just act like jerks? You know what? If you continue to do that on a regular basis on social media, I bet that's going to slip out in real life. That attitude or whatever. In real life, you're going to be up against somebody, and one day your mouth is going to be writing checks your body can't cash. And you could pay for it. I mean, people get violent nowadays on freeways and everything else. I mean, there's just all kinds of just like rage and anger. And I think the main reason it's happening is because I think what a lot of it is we just don't have control. A lot of people just can't, stuff, things are going on in the world that just make people upset. Oh, sorry, I gotta let Buddy out. He's giving me that signal he wants to go outside. I don't know. Like I said, I know that the world has got quite a few jerks in it, and being anonymous and stuff, or relatively anonymous on the internet, gives people the freedom to act less civil than they would normally be and everything. But I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I don't think that's going to wind out to be a positive thing in anybody's life, to act that way. You know? It's real easy to act like a jerk. It's not always easy to act civilized and to treat people nice, even when they don't deserve it. And I don't know. It's like an old man ranting. You know, I don't put up with that crap. You know, I don't put up with people acting like that in work environments. I don't care if it's a supervisor or a coworker. I don't care if you're ex-con and you've been in jail and all this other stuff. None of that gives you the liberty to treat another person like crap, unless they're treating you like crap. And to offer a suggestion of different sweeteners that someone might try, how does that hurt you as a person reading that, you know? Well, what has this got to do? It has a lot to do with the video. If you're looking at the video and they're talking about diet stuff, and the content creator was saying that he had an issue with sugar, all right? So, I don't know. It's just another sign, you know, of a society where the norm is becoming to be abnormal. Instead of being civilized, it's better to be, you know, radical, and instead of obey laws, it's better to, you know, it's like bizarro world. Things are going backwards or switching off. And I'm thinking about this because it's Veterans Day, and TV has a lot of different war stories and war films and documentaries going on about different things that people did to protect the right of people to act like this. You know, I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. You know, when I don't know, it's just disturbing to me. You know, I mean, one of the things you have to be able to do is adapt to change, because change is always occurring, and if you don't adapt to it, then you're gonna suffer from it. Things are gonna catch you by surprise. And so usually I'm kind of in tune with, even if I don't understand a lot of stuff, I try to keep in tune with different types of music and different lifestyles and cultures and people from different backgrounds. You know, I try to be open-minded about a lot of this stuff. But some people, trolls and people that are filled with hate, you know, they devalue. They devalue our freedoms and everything else. They make, you know, if something's hasn't been illegal because nobody's been abusing it, the ones that go out there and abuse it and all of a sudden make it against the law now for you to do that, whatever that was, or to have that, you know, for example, like knife laws, you know, everything was fine and everything until someone with a long knife stabbed somebody, and then, oh, well, the way to stop this from happening is make people have small knives. No, that was not the answer. You know, it's a knee-jerk reaction to a lot of stuff. But why did it come about? Because of some jerk out there, some lowlife that is basically a parasite on society. They're not helping at all. All they're doing is to go out and to create harm and disharmony. We don't need that. We've got more than enough of that in this world. What we need is people that are trying to do good, trying to help the other people out, and not to just slam every little thing that you don't like, you know. Oh, I don't like this comment. I think I'll throw my 2 cents in. Well, nobody asked you either, you know. I wasn't talking to you. But, see, they get what they want. What they want is they want people to be upset and angry. And even if you know that mentally, you know, all right, the only way somebody can piss you off is if you let them piss you off. But sometimes, man, they get something in there. They get something in there that really bugs you. You know, like a senator who thinks as being as a coach, he's equivalent. He knows exactly what it's like being in the military. No, you don't. You are so full of it and entitled, and you can't change their mind. You know, if he thought that way, he could have joined the military. He never did. He wanted to be a coach, and he wanted to be a politician, and he wanted to make money. All right. There's a difference between people that join the military and people that become any other kind of profession. And that is because you volunteer to potentially give your life for your country. And yeah, you can run the same risk being a police officer or a fireman or even an EMT or anything else, even just a service worker, you know, helping people out with Meals on Wheels. You run the risk of running into something. But they're not equivalent. It's not equivalent. And I'm not trying to say that I'm super great or anything. Yeah, I was a veteran, but I didn't serve in combat, you know. I wasn't in any tour of duty where I was being shot at or blown up. It could have happened at any time during the Cold War, but then everybody would have gone with me too, because we were fighting a different kind of war there. And at that time, I think we won that one. I think that's the only war that we potentially won, but eventually we just delayed it, really. Nobody ever wins any wars. But so I just want to thank everyone that watches this and understands. Sometimes I have to vent, man. I don't have a lot of people, even a cat. Buddy had to leave, you know, because he could sense that I was getting bent out of shape and he didn't want to be around. Yeah, that's not right. That's just not a behavior our society should encourage in any way. And I don't mean to make it outlawed, you know. The answer is not always to outlaw something. It's to change. It's to change. If you can't change, if you want to stay stuck in that type of situation where everything that you see you take as a personal affront that you gotta throw out, or you look at like, oh, here's a really good chance, you know, that person didn't spell that letter right or something. You know, there's a lot of those armchair warriors out there for various causes, and give it a rest is all I'm asking, right? I know the ones that really that are really jerks are not going to listen to something like this, and you know, I'm preaching to the choir and everything, but I would hope that if you ever encounter that in your life, that you educate the other person to an alternative way of behaving. All right, and that's basically it. I mean, I don't want to continue this forever. I mean, I understand. You know, on my channel, I'm not going to tolerate stuff like that. You know, I just want to let you know as a heads up and a warning and everything that everybody's been fine. You know, but there's occasionally we get some people in here from random, and they act like that. And if you ever see that, you know, in any of the comments in here, you might want to warn them, you know, because sometimes it takes me a while to go through the comments, and I don't, you know, always keep up with them. I try to keep up with them, but as my channel continues to grow and stuff, you know, again, I appreciate everybody that subscribes to me and watches my videos, because I never expected, I'm not looking for fame or anything. I just wanted to share my interest in knives, and now it's, you know, flashlights and locks, and I mean, there's more to me than just knives, but that knives are a big part of my life. Anyway, I try not to take things personally, but as you can see, sometimes I do take things personally, and Veterans Day is just one of those days where it makes you think a lot. I mean, it makes me think a lot about people I've served with and places I've been, and people in the past, that have been in the military. My father was career military, and uh, yeah, I don't think our generation is the best generation. All right, I don't think my generation, the baby boomers, we were trying, but we had big footsteps to follow in. We had um, great people that preceded us in a lot of different areas, and we come along and try to do our best, and compared to what people went through in World War II, man, we're kind of soft. And then the next generation comes along, and each generation a lot of times tends to get softer. Now, I'm not saying everybody is um, soft out there, but or that being tough and everything is is good, but a lot of times it'll get you through a lot of hard times if you know how to handle tough situations, if you've been in tough situations. If you have never experienced life without electricity or without phones or anything else like that, uh, it's a wake up experience that if you've been through it before, it's no problem. But even nowadays, a lot of us are dependent on technology and stuff. Some people's lives are dependent upon it, because of medical conditions. So, I'm not anti-technology. What I am is anti-asshole. All right, and I try not to cuss, but this is a very appropriate word for these type of people. And don't be one. Don't be a jerk. That's all I would ask. I'm not telling you you have to do that way, but any personal relationship that anybody has with me, I get a hint of them trying to be abusive. Uh, that relationship's going to be over one way or another, because I'm not going to put up with that crap. And I don't have to go out on every comment that I've got and defend it. I just understand that this is just going to encourage people that have got whatever you say in response to something like that is just going to bring more and more. It's going to snowball. You basically don't feed the trolls, and that's what these people are. They're trolling for anger. They're trolling for a strong reaction. And I very seriously doubt the people that did this are going to actually watch my channel. But if they do, in a way, they're helping me. So go ahead. You're getting me more views, so go ahead. I've got haters. I definitely got haters on my channel, I can tell. Sometimes they go away, but other times they come back. And I don't care. Go ahead, hate. It's just that I'm trying to say that's not the way to behave as a human. You can't, that's an option, but it's not going to do you good biologically, physically, or anything else in your life. Sooner or later, one of these days, you're going to realize that being bitter and hateful and everything else is just going to lead to you being a bitter and hateful person that nobody wants to be around. Nobody wants to be around you, because that's all you exude is this negative, hateful energy. You've run into those people before. You're happy at work or whatever, and they take that as an affront. Oh my God, he's happy. I'll dig in and I'll find out whatever I can do to piss them off. And usually they wind up triggering you. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying not to get triggered on this, but obviously it did. But yeah, I'm just not going to leave comments on channels a lot of times, as I realize that, to me, a lot of times this is a communication form, a two-way communication form, all right? I'm not out here just preaching to the choir and stuff like that. A lot of times I expect, like some kind of a feedback from some people. Not everybody, but, whoever wants to have a conversation, I'll have a conversation with you as long as you keep it civilized and respectful. But you start getting name calling or anything like that, then we're not having a conversation, we're having an argument. And I'm not going to argue with jerks. Just don't do it. It's not it's not useful in my life. So that's all I'm saying. Try to be good to people. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care who or what you do or don't believe in. Universally, if we treat each other better, I think it gives us, as a whole species, a better look. But anyway, what am I to know? We'll probably be snuffed out pretty soon anyway, so who knows? But anyways, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.